You saw the Senate President on that clip talking about the matter that has been brewing. We now take you to Abuja studios. We're looking at the call for the resignation or the sack of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation by the Senate. Markwe, over to you.
Well, thank you, Sulaiman. We have with us in the studio Honorable Husani Saleh. He is a traditional ruler, I believe, the Dalhatu of Das, which is a place in Bauchi State.
Yes.
You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you very much.
Well, this morning you have heard, I'm sure you must have heard, be following activities, what is going on between the National Assembly and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. What were your thoughts when you heard the allegations of the National Assembly against the SGF?
Okay. My thought are that, I didn't want to interfere. But the issue is what kept on coming to me has been that every Nigerian is innocent until proof otherwise. What I'm trying to say here is this guy should be given fair hearing. They should invite him, give him questions to defend himself. At least he should be given time. I understand this thing is bordered on projects. Whether this project were executed, money were paid, it is true that the money paid was 200 million or above. So at least he should be invited. Let him appear before the committee. This allegation should be thrown to him, and then he should be allowed to defend himself.
Those were your initial thoughts.
Yes.
Do you think that a committee of the Senate of the Federal Republic will reach its findings without seeking the side of the parties involved?
He kept on saying in the newspapers that he was not invited. So at least let the whole world know that he was invited. And I think they can make this thing public. The invitation, the questioning, the defending himself, all others should be made public. So let us see that he actually was invited, and then he either defend himself or otherwise.
Some people might say that is in the past now, although the Senate has denied that he was not invited. In fact, they claim that he was invited and he didn't come. They said that he sent a representative instead. And they were able to, from there, they assumed that was going to be his own side of the story. Okay.
I mean, let him, there are places where if you are invited, you just have to go. For instance, if court summon me now, I have to appear in the court before court decides. It is when I did not appear in front of the judge can rule anyhow.
Well, we've heard. I mean, what do you then make of the Senate comments that he was invited but that he sent a representative?
I don't know. You know, this country is very dramatic. You remember the other time they were saying that the present president has no certificate. All these news were there on this type of things make me fear. When allegations of this type come up, one has to be careful before you conclude.
Well, that's on the one hand. I mean, because some people will say that the Senate has finished its work now. They do not see a situation whereby the Senate will go and reverse itself. The executive arm of government has taken over, it would seem. The president has ordered an investigation into whether or not the reports against the SGF are true. How do you think that is going to proceed? Do you have confidence in the investigations that will be carried out on the SGF?
Let there be another investigation from the executive arm of government. We'll compare the two and see whether what the Senate are saying is true or not. I mean, the man should be given fair hearing. That is what I'm saying.
And if he's given fair hearing and, found to have committed the atrocities?
Yes, whatever happened to him, that is the conclusion. That means he has been investigated and then found wanting. And then the law can take its course.
Let's go to Lagos now and take some questions.
Husani Saleh, it's good to see you in the studios this morning, but we must start to look at things quite differently as Nigerians, not trying to trivialize any matter. When we talk about hearing everyone is innocent, the SGF is innocent until proven otherwise. We all know that. But categorically speaking, looking at some of the details that have been, bandied around even from the office of the SGF concerning his alliance with that company, do you think that was right for you to have, left that company and still, do business or patronize that company through the presidential initiative for the Northeast? Is that a fair dealing in your own assessment?
If it is not my assessment, I didn't do any investigation.
No, I know you didn't do any investigation, but because you're here to speak, you're here categorically to speak on the side of the SGF, because you think that he is, being persecuted, or you think that he's on the right. So I'm asking you, in your own assessment, looking at what has transpired so far, looking at a document from the CAC and also the document from the SGF saying that he has relinquished his directorship of that company, is it a right thing to have done to also give some award contracts to the company he just relinquished his directorship to?
That is what you are saying. I think
it's not what I'm saying. I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question because also, no, I'm sorry, I have to put this very clearly so that you don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I'm saying. I'm asking a question because we all know that the SGF has also released some documents, and we put that side by side with what has happened. I'm asking, let's make a deductive analysis and all of that. If he is saying that he has left that company, the directorship of that company, and his office still awards contract to that company, I'm asking, personally speaking, is that a fair deal?
So what I'm saying is that I hope you get me right. What I'm saying is the investigation that was done by that committee, Senate committee, should be made public for everybody to know. Let the SGF be invited, the company, CAC, all these papers should be made public for everybody to know that this guy actually was this and that, and he resigned, whether the resignation are true or false.
Well, Honor, we'll have to take a moment now. Sunrise Daily will take a break, and we'll come back to discuss the matter a little further. Do join us again.